discovering the market, planning the product and service for those market, then fulfill this customer demand. So basically, demand management is an integration set of business process across not just enterprise but across all its trading partner networks. In case of both customer and suppliers, so basically, demand management is a complete view of business. So suppose in case of hospital industries, in case of your service sector, which is basically focused on customer as well as supplier point of view. So which is the costly hotel in Bhubaneswar? Anyone? Any idea?
Sir, can you repeat?
Which is the costly hotel in Bhubaneswar?
Sir, Trident.
Mayfair, sir.
Mayfair. Mayfair. Okay. So why the Mayfair is very much famous? Anyone? Any concept? Then I'll turn a particular case study in case of your demand management. Why this particular? Yes. Shubham, proceed.
Already it makes its name and fame. That's why it's in demand, and also it have a good operation management system.
Yes, Sarthak done so many events. Sarthak, please provide the appropriate answer in case of Mayfair. Sarthak Das.
Yes, sir.
So why Mayfair is very much famous and why customer as well as supplier very much intend to they increase the percentage of demand, whether should be customer or supplier. What is the reason behind it? Yes.
The demand of the product.
Yes, Sangram.
So the staff behavior, the maintenance, the brand he created, hardly the customers are find unsatisfied after visiting the hotel. So that's the reason.
Any point, Chinu Naik? Why people are more demand in case of that particular service industries? So, Mr. Sahu? So, as you know, in case of demand management, directly concerned with your service industries, it provides the overview view of business. What kind of overview? If you think about Mayfair point of view, the thing is that they have conference hall, they have swimming pools, they have gym, they have all kind of facilities. Even if you experience in case of exotic experience based on service industry, Mayfair has extended very much branches across Odisha. And this is one part if you think about customer point of view. If you think about supplier point of view, they are tie up with more number of companies or the agency in case of transportation, in case of raw material, in case of food and beverage, in case of your providing a more amount of MPCS, in case of sitting arrangement, they are directly tied up with more number of event management agencies. So due to that thing, more amount of demand will be occurred from supplier as well as customer point of view. If you compare in case of Trident, or if you compare in case of your Ginjal Hotel by Tata Group, there is no such concept is initiated. But the thing is that most of the people are directly increased or they are directly referred by someone else to go that particular. So due to rapid visit from one end and from customer side and as far as concerned with supplier side, that is why it is from the Mayfair side. They will arrange all kind of activities for overall growth of business. So moving to the next part, so why demand management is basically involved. As you know, in case of discovering and understanding your market, so before you take the case of Mayfair, there is no particular you can say that is the concept of exotic or eco-friendly services provided by other group. So initially, Mayfair has initiated in case of Gopalpur to explore those market or explore the understanding of market or understanding the behavior of customers toward this industry. The next is establishing your customer need. Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Who
sir.
would want?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, na? So in case of library or government agency, which government agency is responsible for providing population data? Can you name this particular government agency? Yes. Government agency का sorry, which department of or which government agencies provide population data? Any idea? Anyone? Hello.
No, sir.
The agency name is Indian Statistical Institute, or they will provide the various data in case of population. That is situated in case of Kolkata. Indian Statistical Institute,
But the
ISI,
survey is
Kolkata.
also done by the.
This particular institute is responsible to provide all kind of data, whether it should be geographical, whether it should be population data. Yes. Moving to the next one. Trade association are also providing various type of data for market search. Then, as I told, in case of interview, face group, and survey, these are also applicable in case of markets. We will discuss one by one. In case of market survey methods, basically include survey, focus group, personal interview, observation, and field trial. In case of survey, as I just repeat those things with concise to straightforward questionnaire. So during survey, a particular person who made a particular set of questionnaire, and that question should be asked straightforward. And from that answer, you can analyze a sample group that represent your target market. Basically, these are include in-person survey or one-on-one interview typically conducted at high traffic locations such as shopping malls. And next part of survey is done through telephones. Most of the survey are done nowadays in case of mail. And the last one is in case of social media like Facebook, or in case of Twitter, in case of Insta, they are also conducting this kind of survey to generate unpredictable response rate and unreliable data. Moving to the next part is focus group. So in case of focus group, a moderator uses script series of questions or topic. This is very much similar to your survey, but the thing is that a responsible person directly asks question, that is straightforward question should be asked to number of respondents in a particular location where people intensity is very much higher side. For example, shopping mall or market complex. But in case of focus group, a person acts as a moderator, uses a script series of question or topic lead to discussion among group of people. It is just like your group discussion during placement activities. A particular moderator from training placement, and he has a set of questions, will provide the question for discussions. So this session takes place in neutral location, usually at facility with video taping equipments and observation room in one-way mirrors. A focus group usually lasts 1 to 2 hours and takes at least 3 groups to get the balanced results. Moving to the next part, the next is personal interview. In case of live focus group, the personal interview includes unstructured, open-ended questions. They usually last for about an hour and typically recorded. The focus group and personal interview provide more subjective data than survey. Moving to the next part, the next one is observations. So this particular observation is implemented in case of market survey, how the consumer behave towards your product. So whenever you observe, if you visited in a particular shopping mall like Pantaloon or DN Regalia, or in case of your Big Bazaar, you have observed that whenever you enter in their particular premise, they have a huge display regarding the recent update in case of their product and product mix. and some people are stand nearby. They are always counting the number of customer arrivals, and some people are noted how the people will react towards this particular product. So as you know, this presently the Valentine's season is already continuing. So this type of display you have already observed in your nearby cities. In this thing, they are directly focused on young mass and what are the behavioral aspect of customers towards their particular product that should be observed by a senior authority. So when you observe the consumer in action, if you go to point number 2, so when you observe the consumers in action by videotaping them into store and to work at home, you can observe how they buy and how they use that particular product. The next thing is this gives you a particular more accurate picture of consumer users habit and shopping patterns. Moving to the next part, have you experienced this type of observation in the case of market survey methods? Anyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where you experience those type of observation from shopping mall or big bazaars?
Sir, Big Bazaar, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next one. Next one is field trial. This is the last one. In case of field trial, placing a new product in selected store to test the customer response under a real life selling condition that you help to make product modification, adjust price and improve packaging. So as you know, in the year 2019, a few MBA students from Javier, they conduct a particular field trial in case of your Red Bulls in your institute during that is known as in case of graduate meet. So three girls are directly distributing the product to different, from non-teaching staff as well as from teaching staff, and they also consult with your higher authorities. Then after that, these girls are distributing those things to number of participants, and one person is directly following these three girls, and that directly noted how the behavioral aspect as far as concerned with your Red Bulls should be acceptable in various age group. So it is my personal experience. I have interacted with those three girls as well as the boys who follow these three girls in case of distribution of Red Bull in your campus. It is basically in case of the consumer behavior towards their particular product. And they noted some feedback from different age groups, starting from your non-teaching staff, as well as from your teaching staff. And the thing is that they will provide a particular that is a handy freezers. It is very much easy to carry from one place to another for improve and for delivering the freshness of Red Bull in your campus during 2019 graduate meet. So for this field trial, they have observed so many things. First, the thing is that basically most of the company are doing this type of field trial. Initially, they distribute the product and they always ask for collecting various feedback, whether it should be positive feedback or whether it should be negative feedback. The next part is that if you go for small business owner, should try to establish rapport with the local store owner, and they also go for a website that can help them test their particular product. So as you know, in case of that is wikis and your GoDaddy is a particular platform, they can directly focus on small business owner. They can test their particular product or they can go for field trial of that particular product through the online mode. Moving to the next part, if you compare between your qualitative market search versus competitive market search. So this part we have already discussed. I just read the sentence one. Based on, in case of qualitative market search, it is based on opinion and experience. But in case of quantitative, it is only based on number digit. The next is it is applicable for smaller sample, but in case of quantitative market search, it is always focused for larger samples. In case of, if you go to point number 3, interview focus group are included in case of qualitative market search. online and postal survey, and that is known as Quali Assistant Tele Information Survey should be done. Basically, it is one mode of telephonic calls. Survey should be done in case of quantitative market search. And in case of point number 4, in-depth analysis is done in case of qualitative market search. But here, percentage of people agree with the statement is basically included in case of quantitative market search. Last one, in case of qualitative market search, open-ended questions are included and most closely questions are asked in case of quantitative market search. The next method is known as your historical analogy. So why historical analogy? Because suppose you are launching new product, you have no idea about the competitor, who are the competitor, what is their price strategy, and what is the exact time to launch this particular product, and how much volume you have to launch the particular product in the market. So this particular approach, as far as concerned with historical analogy to sales forecasting, in which the past sales result of a similar product are used to predict the likely sales of a similar new product. So just imagine, in case of Apple iPhone 4 was launched. So after that launching of new product, in the case of Apple i5 and 6, so they similarly use the previous data, because Apple i5 and i6 variant is very much different as far as if you compare with Apple iPhone. So that is why, in case of historical analogy, you just go for the sales forecasting of past sale of a particular similar product and used to predict like the sales of similar new product. So basically, it should be done for the new product in the market. Moving to the next part, in case of historical analogy, mainly forecast the demand for new product. So this historical analogy is only for new product to introduce in the market. It may be accurate and cheap. It is based on forecast and past data of any similar or relevant existing product. Then, according to the product situation, to develop a best fit for forecast. So, as you know, if you take the case study of Nestle Maggi, so when consumer filed so many cases against Nestle Maggi in case of contamination of lead inside the packet, only ITC FP is there, and your Patanjali is just taking the initiation to launch the particular product in the market. But they don't have any past data, but they directly refer to similar products which are exist in the market. So they found they have only one competitor in the market, that is known as ITC FP. Because your Nestle Maggi is already removed his particular product from the market, and it is very much easy and very much cheap. You can say very much accurate to develop the best fit for forecast for the new particular product. Moving to the next part, in case of historical analogy, a judgmental forecasting technique based on identifying a sales history that is analogous to present situation, such as sales of history of a similar product, and using that past pattern to predict the future sale. So basically, the past data is used to predict the future of existing product. From by the help of the existing product, you can directly predict your future sales. Moving to the next part, this theory is based on more realistic assumptions that all business cycles are not uniform in amplitude or duration. As such, as use of history is made, not projected any fancied economic into the future, but by the selecting some specific previous situation, you have to directly predict the future for your new product. That is the concept of historical. So basically, two assumptions are made in case of historical analogy forecasting. So this theory is based on two assumptions. Every action has a reaction. This is very much similar to Newton's third law. The next part is magnitude of original action influence the reactions. So we'll discuss that particular part. The next one is your forecast by historical analysis. So if you go to point number 1, the forecast analogy is a forecasting method that assumes two different kinds of phenomena share the same model of behaviors. For example, one way you predict the sale of a new product is choose an existing product will look like the new product in terms of expected demand pattern for the sales of product. If you take the case study of Lifebuoy soap, especially reference to sanitary soap. So whenever they go for the premium segment of body soap, they directly just you can say that is they just improve the design, the appearance as well as the packaging of the existing product that is known as the plain red color Lifebuoy soap. But the thing is that if you remove that particular product from the market, people are directly go for alternatives. So that is why you have to look like two phenomena. One, you have to launch the new product, and the next part is that existing product should be you can directly enhance the quality of existing product, or some value addition should be included in cost of existing product. Just look like the new product. That directly increase your pattern of sales in case of product. Suppose there is another example. Used with care, an analogy is formed for scientific model that can be used to analyze and explain the behavioral of phenomena. I will give another example in case of Maruti Suzuki Nexa segments. So as you know, this Maruti Suzuki Nexa segment is a premium segment as far as concerned with those things. If Maruti is remove their old existing product from the market, what will happen? People are directly go for more number of alternatives, whether it should be Mahindra and Mahindra, or whether it should be Tata, or whether it should be other multinational brands. So that is where they directly go for improvisation of their existing product. If you take the example of Maruti Suzuki Alto, if you take the example of Maruti Suzuki Wagonars, if you go for the other option in case of existing product like your Maruti Suzuki Swift also. So due to that thing, you have to more care about the pattern of sales in case of new product as well as in case of old product. The next part is that according to some expert, the research has shown that the careful application of analogy improve the accuracy of forecast. Due to that thing, if you go for more expert in case of research, that shows the more careful application of analogy that improve accuracy of forecast. If you take the example for historical analogy, forecasting demand of iPhone 6, the phone cover can be based on the sales of iPhone 6 phone. I repeat, forecasting the demand of iPhone 6 phone cover can be based on the sales of iPhone 6 phone. But forecasting the demand of iPhone 6 will be based on the sales of iPhone 5. That means the past data of iPhone 6 is available. So according to that data, you can go for phone as well as the phone cover also. That is the concept of historical analogy in the present scenario. Then moving till that, any doubt from your side, anyone?
No, sir.
Can you provide any real-time example of historical analogy? Anyone? Yes, anyone? Yes. Yes or no? No idea.
No, sir.
Have you heard about? Yes, yes. I'll just close this slide. Another, I'll just open another or share another slide. Okay. You can tell a particular case study. Hello. As I told in case of Maruti Suzuki, same pattern should be applied by your Mahindra and Mahindra. They have launched initially for testing the market on the basis of field trial or expedition. They launched Mahindra Bolero in the market. So when Mahindra Bolero is a huge success in the market, especially reference to semi-urban area and urban area, So you know that particular vehicles, in case of 7-seater segment or whether it should be 9-seater segment, most of the ambulance, most of the police personnel, even if some bureaucrats are basically use those vehicles. So due to huge success, the company is likely to introduce India's first sports utility vehicle, that is known as Mahindra Scorpio. So for Mahindra Scorpio, there is no previous data is, but the thing is that the previous data is available in the segment of Mahindra Bolero. And from that previous sales, they directly predict the future sales in case of Mahindra Scorpio. It was the biggest hit across India in case of Mahindra and Mahindra Motors Automotives. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving to the next segment, there is another two-wheeler company. Have you heard about Bajaj Chetak?
Yes, sir. Bajaj.
Okay. So that company is very much famous for its re-owned brand in case of Bajaj Chetak, Bajaj Super, Bajaj Classics. During 90s, this particular brand is very much influenced in case of Indian market. But the thing is that the company suddenly stopped productions because due to lack amount of sponsorship from various agencies as well as international market. But the thing is that in the year 2020, sorry, 22 onwards, they are introducing a hybrid vehicle in the form of Bajaj Chetak that is totally run by electric as well as your battery also. Clear. So why the thing is, yes, the Bajaj company is very much famous for their renowned brand like Pulsar. So you've already experienced the Pulsar in case of 150 series or in case of 220, in case of Bajaj Dominar, in case of 450 series. But the thing is that most of the Indian people are still yet waiting for this hybrid vehicle in case of the Bajaj Electric, in case of Bajaj Chetak. And the company is providing the proof that that will run around 200-kilometer range. That range will be enhanced more amount of sales. But the thing is that there is no particular parts that is available in case of Bajaj, especially reference to hybrid electric vehicles. So that is why the company will conduct historical analogy in case of Bajaj Chetak scooter segments. And that analogy will help to predict the future in case of new product. That is the concept. So the new next part is in case of numerical part we will solve in next class. There is another topic is discussed in today's session. The most important topic that is known as bullwhip effect. So what is bullwhip effect? Whip means that is known as basically it's look like a hunter, or in Hindi it is called chabuk. So that means a whip can change the demand pattern starting from customer to retailer, the retailer to wholesaler, wholesaler to different intermediate, and finally should be reached to manufacturer. So if you go to this particular concept, the bullwhip effect is a supply chain phenomena describe how small fluctuation in the demand at a retail level can cause progressively large fluctuation in demand at wholesale level, distributor, manufacturer, as well as the raw material suppliers. So as you know, in case of COVID-19 lockdown, during the initial day of lockdown, more number of people, especially reference to wholesaler and your distributor as well as retailer, they made a particular scarcity that salt is not available, even candle is not available in the market. So due to that small fluctuation, people are directly rushed to the nearby wholesaler, distributor, as well as you can say that is retailer shop, and buy a large amount or large volume of product from that particular area. So due to that small fluctuation, most of the company are using this type of strategy to increase or made a particular fluctuation which is caused by a customer point of view, and that progressively made a particular large fluctuation in case of wholesaler or in case of distributor, in case of manufacturer, in case of raw material supply levels. So this effect named after the physicist involved in case of cracking of whips. That means that whip, that means that hunter or chabuk, that should be whip made by a customer point of view. And that small fluctuation is made a large fluctuation in case of manufacturer as well as raw material suppliers. I will show that how the wheat will fluctuate. So you know that consumer demand is given, or the flow of consumer demand is directly go to manufacturer predictions. So how the bullwhip effect will be carried out? Suppose is in a particular marketplace, a consumer provide a small demand. That demand, as you know, in case of Indian customer, most of the customer are reference customers. So due to that reference, what happens? The small demand will be fluctuate towards your retailers. The next part is wholesaler, then manufacturer, as well as the suppliers. So that fluctuation demand is increase the rate of productions, and as well as the manufacturer is bound to maintain the balance between supplier and supply as well as the demand. For example, suppose the retailer, if you think about the customer point of view, suppose during summer season, clear. So during summer season, if you arrange a particular event and you demand around 500 number of cold drinks case, that means that carrot, that demand directly go for the retailer. The retailer is suppose the capacity of retailer is 100 number of carrots. That means he has bound to store or make an inventory of around 600 to 700. The next part is that in case of wholesaler, if the capacity of wholesaler is around 1200 to 1500, they will be increase the storage capacity from 1500 to 3000. And similarly, it also affect the manufacturer who are directly connected with your retailer and wholesaler, and they also tie up with supplier. So in this way, the demand will fluctuate from customer point to retailer, then wholesaler, then manufacturer, as well as the supplier. So this concept is known as bullwhip effect. So how the effect will fluctuate in the next figure, as you see, I just analyze this particular figure. Anyone observe this bullwhip effect during Fani cyclone? Anyone? Yes. Have you experienced the bullwhip effect in Bhubaneswar market? Yes. Anyone? Sangram Sahu,
Yes, sir.
have you experienced bullwhip effect during Fani cyclone?
सर बुलर इफेक्ट थोड़ा सा समझ में नहीं आया अच्छे से ये जो
समझ में नहीं
कस्टमर
आया कि सुनो, the thing is that in case of market, suppose during any pandemic or any uncertain situations, if your demand is 5 number of product, clear. This is a normal days demand in case of 5 number product for a particular customer. So suppose due to uncertainty, your demand will be increased to 5 to 10 number of product. That means if you go to distribution point of view or distributor point of view, the capacity is 100, and that distributor point is well connected to more than 10 number of customers. That means for your fluctuation in demand, that means from 5 to 10, he must kept around 100 to 200 number of product. तुम्हारा जो 5 से 10 मतलब डिमांड फ्लक्चुएट हुआ, उसके वजह से उसका कैपेसिटी जो 100 था उसको उसने बढ़ा दिया 200 तक. Similarly, the wholesaler will maintain a increased amount of product. Next demand should directly circulate to manufacturer. Similarly, manufacturer will increase their production. So your small fluctuation will impact on manufacturing effect. That is the concept of bullish. Is it clear?
That's why, sir, it is directed from customer to supplier.
Customer to supplier through number of intermediate.
Yes, sir.
Clear? सपोज आस पड़ोस में मैरिज हो रहा है, कहीं पे कुछ इवेंट हो रहा है, 4-5 इवेंट हो रहा है, पास में एक छोटा सा रिटेल शॉप है, ग्रोसरी शॉप फॉर एग्जाम्पल ग्रोसरी शॉप. तो जो 5 इवेंट की वजह से जो डिमांड इंफॉर्मेशन गया वहाँ पे रिगार्डिंग ग्रोसरी आइटम्स, So that retailer house is directly communicate with distributor, and distributor knows that कि आगे भी थोड़ा बहुत शादी वादी होने वाला है, कुछ इवेंट होने वाला है, they maintain some amount of stock or increase the amount of stock. That means your demand or that 5 number of customer demand will fluctuate the different intermediate as well as the manufacturer also, and manufacturer directly impact upon your raw material supplier. So that is the concept of bullwhip. तो जैसे तुम लोग सुने हो कि फनी में मतलब लोगों ने स्कैरेसिटी जनरेट कर लिया कि नहीं मार्केट में नमक खत्म हो गया है, कैंडल खत्म हो गया है, डीजी मिल मतलब डायरेक्ट जनरेटर नहीं मिल रहा है, तो ड्यू टू दैट स्कैरेसिटी व्हाट विल हैपन, जो नॉर्मल डिमांड था मान लो 100 था, दैट डिमांड विल बी सरपास 1000. So it is the duty of retailer as well as supplier as well as distributor. They have maintained more than that particular demand. And that fluctuation demand is directly go to your manufacturing point. The manufacturer also produce huge amount of product to fulfill or to maintain a balance between them. So this is the concept of bullwhip. A small fluctuation demand is directly make a progress large demand in case of manufacturer, in case of distributor, in case of wholesaler, in case of supplier also, raw material supplier. That is the concept of bullwhip. Moving to the next part. Just a minute. So here the small example I have provided. A simplified example of bullwhip effect. Suppose, for example, a retailer physically kept 106 pack of one soda brand in stock. If it is normally sell 26 pack, that is the pack means carat a day, and it would order that replacement amount from the distributor. But one day the retailer sells 76 pack and assume the customer will start buying more product. So I told the situation like uncertain demand from customer point of view, and the response by ordering 106 pack to meet the higher forecast demand. That means that distributor is increase their number of demand. Initially customer normally have 26 pack, but one day the retailer sells 60 packs. That means the retailer should maintain the demand forecast of 100. So from 20 to 7, they will maintain 100. Similarly, if you go to next part, the distribution may then respond by ordering the double. That means जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर उसको सप्लाई कर रहा था उसका भी मतलब डिमांड ज़्यादा हो गया, उसने अपना 200 पैक से स्टार्ट करके that will increase up to 250. In the end, the increased demand has been amplified of the supply chain from 106 pack at customer level to 250 at the manufacturer level. That is the concept of bullwhip. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving to the next part. So these are the causes of bullwhip effect. A few of the most common deficiency can be caused bullwhip effect are lead time issues such as manufacturing delay. So if manufacturing do not provide in a timely manner, if there is any delay, that should be effect on your bullwhip. Less than optional decision made by supply chain stakeholder at any point along the chain. For example, customer service or shipping. There is lack of communication and alignment between each link of stakeholder organization in the supply chains. Moving to the next part. Over and under reacting to demand expectations such as ordering too many units or not too enough. The next part is customer companies, often retailer, and waiting until the order build up before the placing order with the suppliers. The practice is called order batching. So you have the order batching also affect on cause of the bullwhip. The next is discount, cost changes, and other price variation that disturb regular buying patterns. तो जैसे तुम लोग को पता है, in that case, if you go to any during festivity to any kind of shopping mall, buy one get two offer, 70% off, flat 70% off. So these things are directly fluctuate the market. That means that outlet should be maintained that amount of material, and they, as you know, these are directly connected to more number of manufacturers as well as supplier. They also provide that amount of material. to fulfill or to maintain a balance between demand and supply. Last one, inaccurate forecast from over-reliance on historical demand to predict future demand. So basically, inaccuracy in case of forecasting directly causes your bullish effect. So these are the companies also. These are the companies like your Procter and Gamble is the American multinational consumer goods, and always for lead, so these are the different brands. The how they implement those things, the Procter and Gamble, the world leading producer in case of household products, and market over 300 brands to 5 million people around the world. The Procter and Gamble fall under the broad category, namely beauty care, health, baby and family care, and household care. So during early 90s, Procter and Gamble faced a extreme demand variation. One of the best-selling brand that is known as Pampered diapers. So the logistic executive at Procter and Gamble examined the order rate of Pampers across the supply chain. That is the most important things. They thought the purchase rate remained more and less steady at the consumer end. The logistic executive found the variation of order increased from the retail level to the distributor level, and as well as from supplier, and finally from the manufacturer to the raw material suppliers. So this is the one case study of Pamper, how Pamper will be success in the market. The next question is the issue is that is known as Bullwhip effect, and at Procter & Gamble need to provide information on consumer demand and demand forecasting to all channel members. The disadvantage of old supply chain model at these are the basic issue what they have faced, and the obstacle faced by Procter & Gamble in case of supply chain coordinations. So after fixing those things, they also enhance their product, and as well as their you can say that is they reduce the percentage of causing bullwhip effect. So that's all from today. Any doubt you can ask.
No, sir, clear.
No, sir.
Okay, so that's all from for the sessions. Thank you. I will close the sessions.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.